Hey y'all, it's Amberly. This is Confessions of a Girl Mom. So I've been wanting to do this video for a little while. Excuse me, I'm sitting outside drinking my coffee. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, but it seems more fitting to do it today. This is my story of dating while a single mom. So, dating while being a single mom is really hard, especially if you have your kid full time. It's hard to get over mom guilt of leaving your kid to go hang out with a guy. It is hard to find a sitter sometimes, or I feel guilt because I live with my parents and my mom watches my daughter while I work. So I have a hard time asking her to watch my daughter even longer while I go out. So there's just a lot of factors that make it really hard. Last night I had my first date in a really long time, and it started with trying to get ready. Ainsley kind of figured I was going somewhere because she saw me getting my makeup on and everything, and so she was right by my side the whole time. She wanted to watch mommy do her makeup. She wanted to play in mommy's makeup. She kept telling me she wanted to get dressed too. Y'all, I felt so bad. When it came time to leave, she threw a absolute fit, and it broke my heart. She was crying. She thought mommy was going to work, and she kept saying, "Mommy, no work." And then she was telling me, "I go work too." And it was so hard. She was screaming, crying when I left. And I knew that once I left and she was with Gigi, she would be calmed down and everything would be fine. But yeah, it was hard to leave. I almost wanted to just say, "Okay, I'll stay. But I went out just for a couple hours, and it was a lot of fun. It's nice to feel the interest from somebody after it's been a while. So it was definitely hard. My mom guilt kicked in on my way home, and I stopped and got her some M&Ms so that she wouldn't be too upset. And she was really excited when I got home to say, she said, "Mommy got me a surprise," and she was excited. So that made up for the crying fit before I left. But it's hard. It's hard to try to find time. It's hard to try to talk to people when I'm at work and then I come home and I'm with my daughter and I don't have a lot of time to sit and talk on the phone or to text. And I try to put my phone down more when I'm with her so that I'm spending time with her and not in my phone. But at the same time, as moms, we have to have time for ourselves. We have to be able to be us, because otherwise, if we get too wrapped up in our kids and we lose ourselves, someday our kids are going to grow up and then we're not going to be with them all the time, and we're going to need something to fill our time with. So it's good to start it while you have kids, whether you have hobbies or you're going on dates or you're hanging out with your friends. You have to have some time for yourself. Otherwise, you get a little mom crazy. So I've been trying to find more time to do that, whether it's hang out with friends or last night was my date. It's difficult to fit it all in. And, when I was single and didn't have kids, it was, if somebody wanted to hang out or go out, it was whatever I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And now there's so many other factors that go into it, and it's difficult. But you need it. You need to make time for yourself. You have to push that mom guilt down. You have to find time for you, because you have to be healthy mentally, emotionally, physically. You have to be healthy to be the best mom that you can be. And if you don't make time for yourself and you don't have some fun outside of your home and outside of your kid or your kids, then, you're not going to be the best you that you can be. And, you fight with that guilt. and finding a sitter and all of that. But once you do it and you go out and you have a good time, you feel good and you feel rejuvenated, and it kind of like fills your spirit and your soul to have mommy time. And I definitely feel like, I was only gone a couple of hours last night, probably about 2.5 hours. And it wasn't that long, but I had a great time. I hung out with somebody that was very nice, and, it was great. I come home and I get to see my child and love on her and kind of try to make up for the time that I was gone. And that's good too. So, even though you have that mom guilt when you're leaving, you come home and they're so excited to see you, and that makes it even better coming home. So definitely make time for yourself. If you're dating, have a friend. If you have a friend who has kids, see if maybe y'all can swap days, where one day you watch their kids and another day they watch yours, so that you can go out and have some time for yourself. A lot of times I try to make plans with people who have kids so that I can take my daughter with me. But dating is not something where I want my kid being around anybody unless it's going to be serious. So I don't take her around anybody that I've talked to. I find it awkward on dates, because if anybody asks me about my daughter, I will talk about my daughter nonstop. So I try to kind of hold that in whenever I'm talking to somebody, because if it's a date, you're going out on a date and somebody's like, oh, okay, well, how's your kid doing? You don't want to spend the whole date talking about your kid, and you're like, oh, I'm this obsessive mother, So that's a little hard and it's awkward. But, your kid is, y'all, my daughter is so bad, first of all, but she's the best thing in the world, and I would do anything for her. So I absolutely love talking about her, and I am that crazy mom that is obsessed with her daughter. So when people ask me about her, I want to talk about her. I love her. I love the little funny things that she does, and I love the little silly ways that she plays by herself, or the things that she says. So, you just kind of have to reel that in a little bit. Don't be that person when you're on a date and just constantly talk about your kid, because they're there for you. They're not there for your kid. Someday down the line, if you guys work, continue dating and things get to that point where you're ready for them to meet your kid, that's good. You want them to meet your kid. You want to see how they are with your kid, because that's really going to be a determining factor in if you're going to continue to date that person. But you definitely want to make sure that whoever you're talking to, you see potential in them of being good around your child. Because if you don't see that they would possibly be good around your child, it's really not worth the time and the effort to continue to date that person. Because ultimately, if you're going to date someone, it's somebody that you're wanting to stick around. And if you want them to stick around, they have to be good with your kids, because otherwise there's no point at all. So get over your mommy guilt. Find time for yourself. If you don't have friends with kids, or you don't have friends that can watch them for you, family members, whatever you can do to find some time so that you can be happy, because it's really important that you as a parent be happy, so that you're not stressed out all the time around your kid, and you're not, just struggling through the day-to-day stuff. And especially, I suffer with anxiety and depression, and it's not something that, if I get stuck in the house too long, I feel it. And, so you got to get out and have some fun so that stuff doesn't weigh on you. And it's hard. It's not easy. I hate that whenever it comes to trying to talk to someone, if someone's like, hey, you want to hang out? It's like, okay, well, I have to see if I can find someone to watch my daughter. And if I can find someone to watch my daughter, then we'll work it out. It's always something that is in the back of your mind, is that you have to work around your family life. And, once it's done and you go and you hang out, or you go on a date, or, whatever, you feel better and you feel rejuvenated and you feel, I felt appreciated, and it was just nice to feel that someone was interested in me. This was my first date since my daughter's dad and I had split up. Not by circumstance, but by choice. I waited. I've been single for almost a year now, and I waited a long time because I wanted to make sure that I was ready to start going on dates again. And I wanted to make sure that she was happy where we are and that she didn't feel the stress of mommy and daddy not being together. So I wanted to make sure that everything was good before I started going on dates. And, and then I went through a bunch of talking to people that didn't seem worthy, for lack of a better word. So, you kind of have to weed through the good and the bad. And, just enjoy yourself. Be happy. Once everything is all said and done and you start going on dates and you start living life as an adult and not just as a parent, you'll see a difference in yourself, I promise. And it's not always going to be easy, but you will work it out and you will find happiness. But please don't bring your kid around somebody that you've just met, because my biggest fear is Ainsley thinking that it's okay for guys to come in and out just because mommy brought them around somebody that she dated for a month or 2 months. I want her to know that mommy is always here for her, and that if I bring somebody around her, it's somebody that's not just going to pick up and leave in a few weeks. So definitely take time for yourself, but think about your kids when you're doing what you're doing, because you want to make sure it's somebody that's going to be good around them as well. And have fun so you can be the best parent you can be. You guys, I didn't mean to rant for this long, and I feel like I kind of just went all over the place, but definitely please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the videos. And I look forward to the next one. Maybe I'll do one about the craziness going on with the coronavirus right now. So definitely like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know if there's anything specific that you would like to hear me talk about as a single mom. And I will talk to you guys soon. I missed last week and I'm sorry, so I will try to make up for it soon. I love you guys. Bye.